Guys, in this segment, we are going to be previewing the NBA Finals that starts today at 8:30, involved between the Boston Celtics and the Dallas Mavericks. Currently, the Boston Celtics are favored to win this NBA Finals, and as you guys know, the Boston Celtics defeated the Indiana Pacers in a sweep in the conference finals, and before that defeated the Cleveland Cavaliers in the second round in 5 games. And before that, in the first round, they defeated the Miami Heat in 5 games as well. That was the route they took to get to the NBA Finals, while the Dallas Mavericks defeated the Clippers in 6 games and defeated the Oklahoma City Thunder in 6 games and defeated the Minnesota Timberwolves in 5 games to get to the NBA Finals. A lot of storylines in this finals matchup, and I'm going to keep it on a 2-dimensional basis. I'm not going to get 3D with this. Just keep it on a 2D perspective. Obviously involving Kyrie Irving and his return to Boston Garden. The dynamic between Kristaps Porzingis and Luka Doncic. That with coupled with the fact that the Boston Celtics have made the NBA Finals for the second time in 3 seasons. Will this be the season that they finally get over the hump? This is Luka Doncic's first NBA Finals, and the Dallas Mavericks' first finals appearance since 2011. There's a lot of storylines involving 2 talented teams, and the question becomes now, okay, who's going to win? Who's going to be successful? And what are they going to be the keys to success for each of these teams? And let's start with the Boston Celtics. Listen, guys, something that I talked about last season was the fact that I've seen enough from Jason Tatum to tell me that he can't be the best player on a championship team. And something that I've seen with the Boston Celtics over the course of this playoff run is how the offense is slowly starting to shift towards running through Jaylen Brown. Most of the sets, most of the reads, most of the actions are starting off with Jaylen Brown, are putting Jaylen Brown in position to be the primary playmaker and decision maker. And you've seen Boston's offense be more efficient and more successful, quite frankly, because of that. And around this time last year, when Boston was having discussions about whether to extend Jaylen Brown or possibly trade him, my thought process was, well, you shouldn't want to trade Jaylen Brown. If anything, you should trade Jason Tatum, because Jason Tatum has already shown you that he can't be the best player on a championship team. People talk about that, how Jaylen Brown is a young player and how, he still has years of experience to grow. But listen, Jaylen Brown's 25, going on 26. If I'm wrong about that, one of you guys correct me. However, people hear his age and they say, oh, well, LeBron James didn't win until he was 28. Jordan didn't win until he was 28. Steph Curry didn't win until he was 28. The difference is that Jason Tatum has had playoff success and deep playoff runs from the very beginning of his career. So he started establishing his experience in the playoffs from an early age. And that's where that difference comes in. And Tatum has had ample opportunities with being the primary option and the best player on championship level teams, but he has shown that he can't be the best player on a championship team. And instead of trading away Jaylen Brown for pieces, you're more likely to get more pieces if you trade Tatum based on how he's perceived by the NBA. Why not trade Tatum and move Brown over to that primary option? Because you're more likely to get pieces. That's if you were going to trade either one of the guys. But the Boston Celtics organization and Joe Mazzulla, they decided to just shift the dynamic, shift the responsibility towards Jaylen Brown and more away from Jason Tatum. And it's quiet as kept, something that a lot of people aren't talking about for some reason. I'm not sure why, but with Jaylen Brown being now the primary focal option, the primary option within that Boston Celtics offense, it's allowed him to be more efficient and more multifaceted, more multidimensional. Then that coupled with the fact that Derek White is also playing efficiently, and Drew Holiday is having a career season as well, and with the return of Kristaps Porzingis, that's going to add another dimension to the offense as well. And obviously Al Horford, who continues to play efficiently and consistently as well. However, Jaylen Brown being your primary option gives the Boston Celtics the best chance to win an NBA championship. And it's because we've already seen what Tatum can do as the primary option on multiple occasions, and it's not enough. So why not see what you can do with Brown? And that's what the Boston Celtics are doing this season. And we're not going to go down the road of what's going to happen with the Boston Celtics if they lose this finals. And we'll save that for a show that we do down the road. But I will say this: there's more pressure on the Boston Celtics to win this finals than the Dallas Mavericks. But what do the Dallas Mavericks need to do in order to be successful, in order to win this series, in order to win this championship? They need to continue to do what they've been doing these past two series against Oklahoma City and against the Minnesota Timberwolves, and that's attacking early, attacking often. And something that Kyrie Irving has been doing a tremendous job of, especially in the Minnesota series, is picking his spots and being aggressive early, like I said. This is the best version of Kyrie Irving that I've seen throughout his career. People like to say, well, the version of him that was in Brooklyn, what's his prime? Or some people even say when he was in Boston, that was his prime. I don't follow those storylines. I don't follow that sentiment, because what's making this version, this season of Kyrie Irving so tremendous and phenomenal to watch is, one, his pacing. His ability to change his pace, his ability to pick his spots more proficiently and efficiently. Not pick his spots to score, but also pick his spots to play make. That's what's making him so dynamic and just adding another dimension to him. He's now starting to play like a true point guard. And that dimension of being able to play like a true point guard, that just adds to the things that he can already do as a scorer. Right? And so now you put Kyrie Irving in that traditional point guard role, and he can pick his spots more proficiently. And now when he attacks the lane, he attacks the defense now has to be more honest, because beforehand, defenses will play Kyrie Irving to like he's going to score, so they want to force him to get the ball out of his hands. But now, since he's already looking to play make on the drive as opposed to just looking to score, it keeps the defense more honest. So now they can't necessarily help off too much, which makes the lane more open for Kyrie and makes it easier for him to get an open shot in the one-on-one situation, and that just makes it easier for him. And so, because he's mastered or has become proficient at the ability to play make and to pick his spots, not just to score but to facilitate, it just makes him that more proficient, efficient, and makes the defense be honest, which leads to easier scoring opportunities for Kyrie. So that's going to be the key to success for the Dallas Mavericks, is Kyrie Irving's continuation of proficiency in the playmaking situations, playing that traditional point guard role, and Luka Doncic attacking early, attacking often. We've seen that Dallas is at its best when Luka attacks early, the team attacks early, when they're aggressive, when they get off the hot starts. It just gets him the rhythm, and that energy on the offensive end follows him to the defensive end. And that's going to be the key to success for Boston in order to win the series. But I do think this is going to be an intense series. I believe this is going to be an exciting series. I believe it will go at least 6 or 7 games, and I'm going to go with the Dallas Mavericks in 6 games. And I believe this will cause people who have changed their perception of Kyrie Irving, it will cause them to change their perception again. But those who truly follow basketball and follow the entertainment industry for what it's worth, they know that things have been consistent and nothing has changed. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Who do you guys think is going to win this series, what is going to be the key to success for either of these teams. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. I'm looking forward to hearing all about it. But guys, in the last segment of our show, we're going to be discussing the historic night put on by Ajawilson against the Dallas Wings. So be sure to stick around for that, guys. You're not going to miss it. We'll be right back.